Hey everyone, Two Angry Frogs here, and now that we have hit the War Within pre-patch, let's take a look at what's changing with Beastmastery Hunters. Beastmastery has pretty much had a complete overhaul to the class and specialization trees, and we have numerous talents that have been removed and many new ones have taken their place. Talents have been moved from the class tree to the specialization tree, and close to 70% of the remaining talents have been relocated, so our talent tree builds are certainly changing. So what do our talent builds look like now, and how does this impact our rotation? In this video, we'll give you the rundown and answer these questions and more. But before we begin, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you always know what we're up to next. Now, let's get into it. As you can see from the updates to the Beastmastery talent trees, we have a number of new talents in both the class and specialization trees, and a number of talents that have been moved from the class to the specialization. In addition, a significant number of talents have been moved and choice talents have been separated. So let's jump into what is new and talk about what our new talents mean for Beastmastery Hunters. We have a huge number of new talents in the class tree, 21 to be exact. Covering all of these changes would take entirely too much time and honestly would not be that interesting, so we'll cover the new talents that will impact your play the most. First is padded armor, and we get an additional charge for survival of the fittest, which is definitely great for Beastmastery Hunter survivability. In solo play, we have no hard feelings, and that's when misdirection targets your pet, it reduces the damage they take by 50% for 5 seconds. Then we have trigger finger, where you and your pet have 2.5% increased attack speed. Emergency salve, feign death and aspect of the turtle removes poison and disease effects. Implosive trap, this gives us another interrupt on a 1-minute cooldown. And then unnatural causes, where your damage over time effects deal 10% increased damage. And this effect is increased by 50% on targets below 20% health. So in the specialization tree, we have 8 new talents and 5 talents that have been moved from the class tree. Go for the throat, kill command deals increased critical strike damage equal to 100% of your critical strike chance. Venom's Bite, in which Kill Shot applies Serpent Sting for 18 seconds. So like with Barb Shot, Kill Shot is something that we will want to try and multi-dot. Huntmaster's Call, so every 3 casts of Dire Beast sounds the Horn of Valor, and you either get Haiti or Fenrir. Haiti increases the damage of all our pets by 8%, and then Fenrir pounces the primary target, inflicting heavy bleed damage over 8 seconds and grants us 10% haste. Explosive Venom, so every 5 casts of Explosive Shot or Multi-Shot will apply Serpent Sting to the target's hit. This is awesome from an AoE standpoint, and also, as we'll see with the next talent, goes along with this to even increase our damage further. Basilisk Collar, each damage over time effect on a target increases the damage they receive from your pet's attacks by 5%. So one of the things you'll see with Beastmastery from a change standpoint is that we're going to want to stack dots as much as possible. And then Venomous Bite, Bloodshed increases all damage taken from your pet by an additional 15%, and Kill Command deals 20% increased damage to the target. In this choice node, we also have Shower of Blood, in which Bloodshed hits 2 additional nearby targets. So with all the new talents added, what has been removed? In the class tree, we say goodbye to Nature's Endurance, improved Tranquilizing Shot, Sentinel Owl, thank goodness for that because it was absolutely never used. Beastmaster, Master Marksman, Serrated Shots, Arctic Bola, Serpent Sting, Steel Trap, Stampede, Death Chakram, which you can see that's going to change our rotation a bit because that is no longer available. Poison Injection, and Hydra's Bite. For the specialization tree, Killer Command, Sharp Barbs, Cobra Sting, One with the Pack, Wailing Arrow, and Dire Pack have been removed. So with all the changes, how does it affect our talent builds? We'll start with a single target, and as we see, the focus is still on our 2-minute Call of the Wild cooldown. There are, however, a couple of areas where things have changed up a bit from Dragonflight Season 4. First is the inclusion of the new Basilisk Collar talent. We'll want to apply and maintain as many dots on the enemy as possible to keep pet damage as high as possible with this talent. This is supported with Barb Shot, Laceration, Venom's Bite, and Huntmaster's Call with Fenrir active. Second, Beastmastery now has decent execute damage with Killer Instinct, increasing kill command damage on enemies below 35% health, and the new class tree passive Unnatural Causes, which increases all of those dot effects 50% on targets below 20% health. Not to mention the little bit we get from Kill Shot and it applying Serpent Sting via Venom's Bite. There is also a single target build that revolves around Bloodshed with Venomous Bite. In this case, your burst damage windows come around every 1 minute. We do lose some execute damage due to not taking Killer Instinct, but we do get more kill command usage throughout the fight with Master Handler. As with the Call of the Wild build, we take Basilisk Collar and will want to apply and maintain dots as much as possible to further increase kill command damage. Both single target builds are on par with one another as far as damage. The question that remains is which build will be better suited once we actually hit the war within and start gaining our hero talents. For our AoE Mythic Plus build, we need to path down the middle of the tree to pick up all of our AoE and cleave talents. We'll give up single target talents such as Bloodshed and Killer Instinct, and drop Call of the Wild as well. This build absolutely requires multi-dotting with Barbed Shot to take advantage of Master Handler, reducing the cooldown of kill command. This, along with Killer Cobra, resetting kill command during Bestial Wrath, makes this a much more active rotation than our prior Dragonflight builds. We continue to run Dire Beast and Murder of Crows, so we do not completely lose single target damage in this build, which has been an issue with Beastmastery in the past. Note that you can sacrifice a bit of AoE damage for more single target damage depending on the encounter by swapping points from Master Handler and Scent of Blood to Bloodshed and Venomous Bite. For a single target rotation, it's not really a whole lot different from our rotation in Dragonflight. We're adding in Dire Beast and Explosive Shot, but outside of that, this should all be very familiar. So whether you're running the 1 minute or 2 minute, our opener is going to be to make sure the primary enemy is marked with Hunter's Mark. Cast Bestial Wrath, cast 2 Barbed Shots, cast Kill Command, cast Dire Beast, cast Call of the Wild if you're using the 2 minute build, or cast Bloodshed if you're using the 1 minute build. Cast Kill Command, and cast Barbed Shot. For our single target rotation, we'll look to cast Barbed Shot to refresh Frenzy stacks if they're about to expire, cast Bestial Wrath on cooldown, cast Kill Command to prevent sitting on 2 charges, cast Dire Beast, cast Kill Shot if Serpent Sting has less than 6 seconds remaining. With the 2 minute build, cast Call of the Wild on cooldown. For this, make sure to cast your Barbed Shot charges before casting Call of the Wild. For the 1 minute build, cast Bloodshed, cast Kill Command, cast Barbed Shot, cast Cobra Shot if Bestial Wrath is up to reset Kill Command, cast Explosive Shot if Bestial Wrath is on cooldown, cast Kill Shot, and then cast Cobra Shot as a filler. Honestly, this looks a lot more complicated than it actually is. A lot of it comes down to casting abilities on cooldown. Make sure to refresh and not drop your frenzy stacks. Cast Cobra Shot when Bestial Wrath is active and you need to reset Kill Command, and only cast Explosive Shot when Bestial Wrath is on cooldown. For our AoE rotation, as with single target, it's not much different from our rotation in Dragonflight. We're adding in Dire Beast and Explosive Shot like with single target, but removing Call of the Wild. In addition, we no longer have Death Chakram, so that is removed from the rotation as well. So for the opener, again, make sure the primary enemy is marked with Hunter's Mark. We'll cast Barbed Shot twice on different enemies, cast Multi-Shot, cast Explosive Shot, cast Dire Beast, cast Bestial Wrath, cast Multi-Shot again, and then cast Kill Command. During our AoE rotation, we'll want to cast Barbed Shot to refresh Frenzy. You want to make sure to cast this on enemies that do not already have the Barbed Shot bleed effect. Cast Multi-Shot to refresh Beast Cleave, cast Bestial Wrath, cast Kill Command, cast Explosive Shot, cast Dire Beast, cast Barbed Shot, cast Kill Shot, and cast Cobra Shot as a filler. Our primary goal in Beastmastery AoE rotation has not significantly changed. We're looking to maintain 3 stacks of Frenzy at all times and cast Kill Command as much as possible, with it being our primary damage dealing ability. What has changed is the dot management. We want to maintain a high uptime on our damage over time effects to benefit from Basilisk Collar as much as possible to increase damage. Note that in both the single target and multi-target rotations, it's a priority-based rotation. So for the rotations, you'll start at the top of the list, go down through the list until you find a condition that's true, That's what you'll cast, and then you go back to the top of the list and start again. From a stat priority, nothing has changed with Beastmastery Hunter in the pre-patch. In the most basic terms, stat priority for Beastmastery Hunters will start with weapon DPS, followed by agility, mastery, critical strike, and haste, and all are close in priority, and any can be best depending on your equipped gear, enchants, gems, and other consumables. In terms of percentages, we'll look for haste up to about 30% and critical strike up to about 44%. For pure AoE encounters, there have been different stat priorities recommended that stack mastery, but for me personally, I'm not looking to make it that complicated. So some new and good things for Beastmastery Hunter. Better survivability with the updates to Survival of the Fittest, which begins to address a long-standing issue with Beastmastery. A couple of new ways to play, especially with Basilisk Collar and Explosive Venom, and more use of multi-dotting. We do expect some nerfs coming, as Beastmastery damage is certainly an outlier right now, but we should be in good shape going into the War Within as it stands currently. As always, let us know what you think down below in the comments, and everyone, have a great day.